In 2019, it's hard to see a world where games don't exist. In fact, in the last couple of decades, games have grown into such popularity that they are now the most widely accepted forms of entertainment in the world. Video gaming as a whole has been around for decades. It went through many adversities, and there was a lot of stigma about playing video games. Maybe when you were younger, your mum or dad may have told you, or your guardian may have told you, that playing games or looking at a TV screen will cause your eyes to go square. It was a pretty common one. But as video games started to grow, people started to realize that it was one of the most fun and enjoyable things to do in terms of entertainment in your free time. Now, if we look at an article that was published at the start of 2019, for the United Kingdom market, of course that's not a global market, that's the UK only, but we'll take this as basically a niche market. The video games sector now accounts for more than half of the UK's entire entertainment market. According to a new report, the industry is worth over £3.86 billion, which is $4.85 billion, which is more than double its value when compared to 2007. Now, if you put that into perspective, things like the Hollywood scene, TV scene, any kind of video content scene in traditional media was always seen as the Goliath to video games David. If you don't know that story, David and Goliath, make sure to look it up. But now that video games are on the rise, I feel like there's a sector of video games that is receiving the same adversity and the same stigma as games as a whole once felt. And this is, of course, mobile. Now, with the multiple AAA title ports that we've received in 2018 and 2017 alone, and the multiple AAA titles that are to come, I feel like it was a good time to actually talk about this. And one of the many games I want to talk about is actually Call of Duty Mobile. With that being said, let's dive into the adversity that mobile gaming is facing right now, and let's dive into where I think it will be, and also take a look at some potential both negative and positive effects of Call of Duty Mobile.
No, I'm alive with you. You know I'm alive with you.
Hey, my name is Ferg. Most of you clicking on this video, if it comes up in your recommended, won't know who I am, so I'm gonna tell you first. I'm a professional mobile gamer for Cloud9. Some of you guys may have heard of Cloud9 because people like Shroud, Skadoodle, Nothing have been on Cloud9 from the CSGO scene. They also have a budding scene with their League of Legends team. They have a bunch of different teams across basically multiple different AAA titles. Now, that may come as a surprise for the people who have never been involved in mobile esports or have never even heard that mobile had an esports scene, but for the people who are here on my channel and they know who I am, it's pretty common nowadays to be contracted in mobile as a professional player. In fact, I have friends in 3 different titles in mobile that are considered professional players, and I want to talk a little bit about these titles before we get into it, about like just mobile esports in general and where I see mobile esports going, and obviously with Call of Duty Mobile being the next big AAA title around the corner. But these 3 games are Clash Royale, Rules of Survival, and PUBG Mobile. Now, out of all 3 of these games, if you're coming into this video and you're thinking, oh, I want to be a mobile gamer, I want to be an esports player, how can I basically become financially stable playing mobile games? The number 1 game I would say for you to go to is 110% PUBG Mobile. A lot of people on my channel are going to be very disappointed that I said that, because I'm obviously a Rules of Survival YouTuber. For the past year I've been playing Rules of Survival, and I obviously originally came from Clash Royale, so maybe there's some Clash Royale subscribers here that are kind of disappointed, but that's beside the point. PUBG Mobile is the game to go to if you want an established scene with competitive scrims every single day that you can go and play and basically experience the scene while also learning and becoming a better player. One upcoming tournament is actually PUBG Mobile's World. Tencent have stated themselves that the Worlds will have a $2.5 million prize pool. Yup. A mobile game has a $2.5 million prize pool. Being a mobile gamer myself, and obviously playing mobile games for the past couple of years, that is absolutely insane to me. I'm sure it's insane to a lot of people listening to this video or watching this video. Now, some people watching this video will be saying to themselves, oh, well, surely console and PC games are bigger, right? Console and PC games are the majority, right? Wrong. The only reason that you think that, or that you have that in your mind, is because the majority of social media influencers play console and PC games. But you know what happened in 2018? The rise of mobile happened in 2018. And that's when you've seen mobile YouTubers such as Dynamo Gaming, Noah from YouTube, Parbang, Panda, and Droid Cheat come to life. Now, people who are outside of the mobile gaming community will have absolutely no idea who I'm talking about, and they have probably never heard those names before in their life. But if you look at Dynamo Gaming, for example, this guy has had over 100,000 concurrent viewers on his YouTube channel watching him live stream PUBG Mobile countless amount of times, and the only reason that you don't hear about it is because he's not from our part of the world. He's from India. He speaks Hindi. I'm not sure which dialect of Hindi he speaks, but he does speak Hindi. If that were to happen, someone from Europe or someone from the United States, it would receive global attention, but it's because it's from an emerging market that nobody's really interested in yet, and nobody really has the knowledge about yet to receive such media attention. The fact is that these mobile gamers, these people that have received backlash from the rest of the gaming community for playing on a phone, for playing on a tablet, are now becoming bigger sensations than the people who are playing on consoles and playing on PC. Sure, they may not be as big as Ninja or as big as Tfue yet, but you gotta think, where was mobile a year ago? There was not countless amounts of channels running around with over 2 million subscribers a year ago. You might have seen channels maybe like Nick at Night, Molt, Chief Pat, some that were really kind of phenomenal channels when Clash Royale started blowing up back in 2016, but nowadays you never really hear of them as much. They're still doing well, but they're not onto the new gen. They're not onto the immersive games. They're still in those arcadey games like Clash Royale, Clash of Clans, Brawl Stars, which are great games, may I add, but they don't immerse your consciousness into the world of gaming, much like PUBG Mobile, Rules of Survival, even Cyber Hunter, which is a brand new game. Call of Duty Mobile will be coming out, which will be exactly the same. I played the beta, fantastic. The gameplay that you're seeing is from the beta, it's fantastic. But these games, they fully immerse you in the environment that you are held in. And I feel like with that being common nowadays for mobile games, that is where you're going to start to see the trend quicken up, with mobile games becoming the most dominant gaming platform on the market. I mean, you can already see from the statistics that mobile games already hold 51% of the market share when it comes to gaming as a whole. Mobile gaming is bigger than console and PC combined. Let that sink in. PC and console combined don't even hold up as much market share as mobile. So when I see people tweeting things like mobile players aren't real gamers, or mobile gamers don't deserve events, or mobile gaming's just a meme. It's a fad. It's not here to stay. It's dead, etc., etc. I just think to myself, we live in a simple-minded world where people are so scared of change that they deny all possibility that it's happening right around them. I mean, we've seen it with traditional media when YouTube came into effect. You still see it today with traditional media. They attack YouTubers for absolutely no reason other than to get clicks on their traditional media's sites or their TV programs, with absolutely no respect for the YouTubers that are creating this content, because they see that they're losing their power that they once had through the television screens of the masses, that they are grasping on to the little influence that they have left by trying to take down the powerful YouTubers. That is what is happening in traditional media, and that is exactly what is happening when it comes to gaming, to mobile gaming. The quote-unquote PC gamers, not all of them, I may add, are coming after mobile gamers, much like traditional media is coming after this internet online age of media, and they are bullying them with shitty remarks, and which often include things like mobile games are just pay to win, or mobile games are like 2D, mobile games aren't immersive, mobile games are this, mobile games are that. When the matter of fact is that mobile gamers enjoy themselves just as much as console gamers and PC gamers, and now with the rise of esports, there's actually a scene where you can become financially stable from mobile games. And I know this for a fact, because I am financially stable from mobile games. There are so many influencers on YouTube that you just never see that have their own little community for mobile games. However, even though there is a light at the end of the tunnel, there is something that is blocking the way. And it is Call of Duty Mobile. Now you guys may be thinking, how could Call of Duty Mobile block the light at the end of the tunnel when it's a brand new AAA title that shows promise, as it has the culture-defining game modes known as zombies, which have been in the Call of Duty franchise since Call of Duty 5. You experienced a different version of it in Black Ops 1, different again in Black Ops 2, and it goes on from there. Zombies is probably one of the best modes to ever grace the Call of Duty franchise. Then you also have BR in Call of Duty Mobile, which is the newest global phenomenon when it comes to gaming. And then you have the staple of Call of Duty and their whole entire franchise, which is multiplayer. Now this is where the blockage lies. Call of Duty Mobile has pay-to-win features in it that are not necessarily game-breaking, but they do add up. One of which feature is on a gun that you are currently watching me use. It's called the S36. And it has a perk on the skin, and you can only obtain the skin by buying the skin. It has a perk on the skin that lets you do extra fire damage. So even if you're dead, if you have shot that person once, you have a chance to kill them with the extra fire damage that has came from your gun's skin. I have an incredible problem with this, because it's going against everything that mobile has been trying to avoid for the past year and throwing it in the dirt. None of us wants to play a pay-to-win game. In fact, I don't even want to go near a pay-to-win game. And I'm sure you guys don't either. And it's a shame, because mobile is also going against some adversities on other games. When you look at games like Rules of Survival, which has a ton of bugs or glitches, and there's no transparency from the devs. There's also some glitches in PUBG Mobile, and big audio bugs and client desync issues. Also, there's auto fire in Fortnite Mobile, which mobile gamers, I mean, rise up and be honest with yourselves. Nobody wants auto fire in a game. It just defeats the purpose of having skillful aimers and shooters, which obviously nerfs great slayers in both Battle Royale and respawn shooters. I mean, even the CODM beta had a bug where you couldn't move your joystick properly, and it caused me to rage out many times. So there's obviously other things that need to be addressed in the mobile industry, but one that needs to be addressed to the highest degree in the hierarchy is pay to win. We're not in 2012. I'm not trying to play Clash of Clans here. I'm not trying to spend money on my gems. I'm trying to play an immersive game that gives me an experience similar to that of PC and console games that I have played in the past and that are still coming out to date. I am not trying to play pay to win. I'm trying to play cosmetically enhanced games. Games that add cosmetic items similar to that of Fortnite that greatly increase the enjoyment that I have while playing the game. Nobody wants pay to win. So, with that being said, if you're watching the video right now, I do want you to complain about pay to win things in Call of Duty Mobile. And if you have any contacts with any developers or community managers for Call of Duty Mobile, feel free to shoot them a message and tell them that mobile gamers do not want another pay-to-win game. In fact, that's the furthest thing from anything we want, because that just makes the argument that PC and console games are better than mobile because another AAA title thinks it can come in and just take a slice of the revenue pie out of mobile. And that's just not the case. I'm sick of pay-to-win games. I'm sorry, but I am. And I'm pretty sure that the majority of the people watching this video, the audience, are also sick of it too. Now you may be wondering, how does this relate to blocking the shining light at the end of the tunnel? Well, you see, Call of Duty Mobile is from the franchise obviously known as Call of Duty. Now, Call of Duty on console has pay-to-win skins in it also. It's been that way, I believe, since Advanced Warfare, where you've been able to buy weapons, whether they were weapon upgrades or just completely new weapons that were added to the game that nobody can use unless you purchase them. Now, if mobile could take a stance where we don't accept this and we don't want this, we will then be better than the console counterpart of the franchise, obviously being the new Modern Warfare. Now imagine console players trying to talk trash on mobile players when we in fact got a Call of Duty game from the franchise that was not pay to win, and they are still playing those console and PC Call of Duties that you have to pay for new weapons. If we can move this blockage out of the shining light at the end of the tunnel, we automatically win. This is it. If we can make Call of Duty Mobile have no pay-to-win abilities in their game, we've succeeded in the quest. Because by that point, we can turn the finger right around and point at the other gamers on the other platforms. Now, I'm not saying for you to do that, because that's not what I want to do. But say if you were in a argument with your friends who also played console, you could simply say that to them. And then that might get them on a wavelength where they would be able to understand that mobile games are not pay to win. And I feel like that's the biggest stigma around mobile games right now, is the fact that they're pay to win when they're not. And for a big AAA title to come into mobile and try to add pay-to-win aspects to it is not what I want to see, because then people will just go to it as a scapegoat and say that this is the reason mobile games are bad, when in fact they're not. Then there's the other argument that mobile gamers are not real gamers. What is even a real gamer? What classifies you as a real gamer? Because as far as I'm concerned, anything that includes a game that you are playing automatically makes you a gamer. And anyone that tries to sway that, I believe, is either a simple-minded individual or someone who is posting it on social media for their own gain, while also increasing the adversities and stigma that mobile face. And I'm sorry, but if you're going to do that, then nobody in mobile is going to like you when mobile is finally accepted into society as the biggest and the best form of gaming entertainment in the world. So, what can we do? Well, if you have Call of Duty Mobile, the new beta that just came out for Australia, you can go to the settings and you can report an issue. Now, if you're going to report something, report this. We don't want pay-to-win features. Take them out. I don't want to be running through terminal and see a massive rocket launcher that somebody has decided to buy for $20 that shoots 14 rockets at my face. And I don't think anyone else wants it either. Even the person with the rocket is probably thinking, damn, I just spent $20 on a rocket launcher in this game, when I could have spent it on some nice cosmetic skins if the game was not pay to win. I want everyone to realize something that I tweeted a couple days ago, and it was the fact that I was happy that mobile as a whole was not separate anymore. In the past, we've been separated into our own little subgroups depending on what games we play or what genres we like. But when I seen a tweet from Dr. Disrespect saying that mobile gamers are not real gamers, I really seen a community starting to form. I seen the Fortnite mobile players talking about it and trying to put their little clown emojis all over it. Seen the Rules of Survival YouTubers really sticking out for their own. And I seen the PUBG mobile influencers coming in and just not taking it from Dr. Disrespect. Nobody wanted to take it. Obviously, he did it for clout purposes. I don't know why. His social media seems to be doing pretty well, but that was his most liked and retweeted tweet of all time. Obviously, because mobile is the majority of the market. Pretty obvious. With that being said, it was great to see that we were all really inclusive in each other's thoughts. We came together. We were replying to each other. And I feel like that's the way to go. That's the way to move forward. So if there's something to take away from this video, is instead of picking on a PUBG mobile player because they play PUBG mobile and they don't play Rules of Survival, or picking on a Rules of Survival player because that game copied PUBG mobile, or picking on a Fortnite mobile player because that game crashes all the time, or picking on a Clash Royale player because of course that game's pay to win and the pay barriers decreased over the years because they've added emotes and stuff to create revenue through cosmetics, which is exactly what everyone should be doing. Just don't be rude to other mobile gamers. Just be inclusive. Because at the end of the day, if we are fighting a fight as a separate front, we're going to lose the battle. And the battle is to bring mobile games to the highest degree of popularity, which I believe is going to hit anyway, but if we're standing on divided fronts, it's going to take years, instead of just taking 1 year. For all I know, this time next year, the adversities and stigma could be gone, and Call of Duty Mobile could have taken out their pay-to-win features and revolutionized the gaming industry. But as for now, I want you guys to tell the Call of Duty Mobile developers that you don't want any pay-to-win features, and I want you guys to stand together and be inclusive with each game. Maybe show the person who's saying that your game sucks some good qualities about your game. Maybe they'll like it. Instead of being defensive and then going aggressive towards their statements. Just be open. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And I hope you're excited for the future of mobile gaming, because I definitely am, and I cannot wait to watch all my buddies around me blow up on YouTube and rake in the money from all these tournaments that are around the corner. If you guys like the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I am a mobile gaming YouTuber. I upload mobile games regularly. It's been your boy Ferg. And without further ado, let's roll the outro.